on the issue of Grubhub, I am joined by, first, our great Assemblyman, Mark Gonaj, from council member. He switched last year from the Bronx, Mark Gonaj. We have Andrew Ridgey, the executive director of the New York Hospitality Alliance. We have Robert Guarino, the owner of Five Napkin Burger.
Yes, Senator.
There you go. I've eaten there. It's very, very good. I recommend it. We have Nana Yao, Director of Operations for Alley Cart Restaurant Group. Where is... Okay, Nana, welcome.
Yep.
We have Erica Rodriguez, Director of Training for the Alley Cart Group. Ms. Rodriguez. Okay.
And a couple of other folks.
And a couple of other folks.
What restaurants
Okay.
do you own? Anotech on Court in Brooklyn.
Anotech, Brooklyn,
Tribeca's Kitchen.
Tribeca's Kitchen, and his little daughter.
Zoe. She owns
Zoe.
me. She's
Who's
the real
beautiful. Hi, Zoe. Can you do a high five? Yes. Okay. Okay. So, we're here today in front of one of the things that's the lifeblood of New York, our restaurants. New Yorkers love to go to restaurants. They get good food, the greatest variety in the world, and it employs hundreds of thousands of people. So our restaurants are very, very important to New York. But when it comes to Grubhub, New York restaurants are fed up. They're the nation's largest food ordering app, and they have many customers throughout New York, and restaurants like this use them. But Grubhub has been taking advantage of restaurants. And as a result, the restaurants lose money, and sometimes they have to raise their prices, and so the costs go up to the New York consumer. So this is a bad thing for the restaurant owners and for anyone who eats in a restaurant. What is happening? Well, first, they charge bogus fees. Grubhub is a fine thing, and if you want to go online to Grubhub to be connected to your favorite restaurant, that's fine. And then if you order something, and it's delivered to your home or your office, there's a fee. That's fine. Here's what happens. When you call the Grubhub line and they connect you to the restaurant and you just ask a question, do you have gluten-free pasta? Are you open past 11 p.m.? Could you fit 6 people at 7? And you don't order, they still charge you. And that is wrong and outrageous. And second, Grubhub has some fake websites that are really, when you would just go online and look for Five Napkins, it might be a fake Grubhub site instead. Ah, is that your son?
No, this is a Five Napkins son.
Oh, what's your name? Bo, give me a high five, baby. There you go. I have a grandson, 7 months. I hope he grows up to be as handsome as Bo. They could have a fake website. It says Five Napkins, but it's really a Grubhub site. And they charge you that way even though you're not even going through Grubhub. So this is a real problem. We are asking 2 things be done. First, I've written to the head of Grubhub, but I can hold the letter up. I've written, thank you. I've written to Mr. Maloney. He's the head of Grubhub, and I said, you got to stop this right away. Stop this right away. You cannot allow fake websites, and you cannot put a fee on the restaurants when the person who called Grubhub never purchased anything at the restaurant and never got a delivery. And second, I've asked the federal appropriate agencies to look into this and see if they can stop Grubhub from doing it, because I think it's an unfair trade practice, FTC, if Grubhub doesn't stop it itself. First step, Grubhub. Stop this rip-off of our restaurants, rip-off of our patrons of restaurants who are in the millions in New York, ASAP. And if you don't do it, we're going to get the feds to go after you. So let me make a few more points here. Now, Grubhub, what's their excuse? They say they have a faulty algorithm that is making mistakes. My mama told me, you make a mess, you clean it up. Grubhub Clean up this mess. Don't say it's a faulty algorithm and shrug your shoulders. That's outrageous. Bogus fees can add up fast. Grubhub, listen to this. This is a city council hearing which Council Member Gonach has had. Have cost our restaurants $30 million. That's money out of the pockets of their customers, their workers, or the owners. None of that is sufficient or good. $1 here, $1 there really adds up. So today we're putting our order in with Grubhub. And you know what our order says? Stop this shenanigans. Stop charging fees when the person who goes online on your website doesn't make an order, and stop these fake websites where you purloin people who are actually wanting to talk to Five Napkins or any other restaurant, and they get diverted to your fake website. Okay? Okay. Here's a couple of examples. A Brooklyn Italian eatery, is that yours? They would charge $9. The customer just asked, do you have gluten-free pasta? No order was placed. Another restaurant they called and said, are you open? They didn't even want to take out. They wanted to come. They said, we're closed for a private event. They were charged. This is the kind of thing that's happening, and this is the kind of thing that's outrageous. So we need a full report to Congress. We need the feds to intervene, and we need Grubhub first and foremost to stop this themselves. Okay? What they do, by the way, with their fake website, it's called cyber squatting. That's the term of art that is used, cyber squatting. Okay? All right. Is that, Angelo? Where is it?
And then the council.
Is that sufficient?
That's good, Senator. Are you entertaining questions, Senator?
Yes, but only after we hear these speakers. Okay?
Good morning. Let me first thank our senator for taking charge on this very important issue. This issue is larger than just New York City. We have 27,000 restaurants in New York City, which are a vital part of our economy. But this is impacting the state and the rest of the country, and it's going to require all three branches of government to play a vital role. What we have is a possible Trojan horse that we welcome into our place of business and takes over our place of business. These third-party online delivery apps should be a real partner, and in doing so would be transparent, more inclusive, and obviously a partner that doesn't charge up to 33% of the gross sales, which allows for a double dip on these bogus phone orders. So we have our work cut out. We also expect Grubhub and the other third-party providers to do the right thing, and we hope that they will before action needs to be taken. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now we have Robert Guarino and his beautiful son, who can come up with him, whose name was Bo. B-E-A-U? There you go. You know what Bo means? Handsome. Yeah.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you, Councilman Jonai, for coming here today to speak on this issue that is of vital importance to the restaurant industry. My name is Robert Guarino. I'm one of the owners of New York City's own Five Napkin Burger. We're a full-service burger restaurant founded in Hell's Kitchen in 2008. We now have 4 locations and employ over 200 New Yorkers. Today we're here to talk about Grubhub's business practices. I don't begrudge the founders of Grubhub for coming up with a great idea, executing on their thesis, and creating a product that the public clearly wants. We are a customer. We generate a significant amount of sales by being on the Grubhub platform. What scares me and the operators I talk to is the imbalance of power in the relationship between small businesses like mine and the publicly traded delivery companies like Grubhub and Uber. They figured out long ago that the big money wasn't in operating brick and mortar stores or even in selling products. The big money was in controlling the customer data. Now, many years into the relationship, we can't live without the revenue they bring to our businesses. At the same time, we are completely at their mercy because we don't know who our customers are. At any moment, they can raise fees or sell the information they have about my most valuable customers to anyone willing to pay a higher fee. As an entrepreneur, I'm a staunch believer in the power of the free market. I'm confident that my team is capable of creating a brand and a product that will allow us to thrive in the years ahead. However, I worry deeply about businesses smaller than mine who are in a position where they cannot be financially viable without these services. I worry they don't fully understand how precarious their position is. I see, the imbalance of power is why I believe Grubhub has a responsibility to all the small business they partner with to operate in a fair and more transparent fashion. I see these issues as only the tip of the iceberg because of the outsized power they hold. I encourage Grubhub to talk with us as an industry to find steps they can take to regain our trust. No good partnership can function without it.
Thank you. And they're not going to speak, but we have other restaurant. Oh, we're going to have one person speak who represents the whole Hospitality Alliance, Andrew Ridgie, and we have Nana and Erica Rodriguez, Nana Yao. They're from Alicart. They're not going to speak, but they support what we're doing.
And they were charged fees.
And they were charged fees as well. Okay, so now we're going to have Mr. Ridgie.
Thank you, Senator Schumer, Councilmember Joe and I, for your leadership in supporting small businesses in our local restaurant industry. New Yorkers love delivery. It's great. We love our delivery workers, and restaurants can generate a huge amount of business. But what is unfair is when you have mega corporations exploiting our small businesses. $1 here, $9 there, it adds up. We need transparency. We need our business owners to be able to have a direct relationship with their customers. They should not be spending hours upon hours trying to figure out which is a bogus fee, which isn't. Do they own their customer information and understand what this relationship with these large corporations are? We need transparency, we need reasonable fees, and we need to support our small businesses so we don't continue to see more vacant storefronts throughout our neighborhoods. Again, I thank the leadership of our elected officials, and we need Grubhub to come to the table, be transparent, and support our local restaurants, who they supposedly call their restaurant partners. If they're partners, act like it. Thank
Good.
you.
Well said. Okay, questions on this subject from the press? What? By the restaurants calling me. You know, they know I'm a consumer watchdog. I've been through all my career, and they called me. Any others on this subject? They don't have many, and there's no excuse for the fake websites and the faulty algorithm. The buck stops with them. How can they blame these folks for their faulty algorithm? It's disgraceful. He just, we've sent the letter, and we'll see his answer. Okay? Okay. Yes.
If I could, so you had a certain situation about, if you could just kind of share first name and restaurant, and then share what the specific one you had.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you, Councilman. My name is Marcus Chirico. I own Anotech on Court. It's in Brooklyn. So we discovered these fees back in January. By what you have to do, I urge all restaurants to do this, is go to your tablet, your Grubhub tablet, go to financials, scroll down to transactions, and any phone orders you see, please listen to them. And if they're non-phone orders, and if they're just people making reservations or asking questions about the delivery or asking questions about what kind of food you have, please contact your Grubhub, even though they don't contact us back.
They don't. This is a very good point,
Yeah.
Mr. Anoteca.
A multi-billion.
That's the name of his restaurant.
Multi-million.
The restaurants call them and complain, and they get no answers.
No answers.
It's outrageous.
We're here for our employees. We're owners. We work 15 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. We're here to feed our families. We're here to feed our employees' families. And to all these fees they're charging, we can give our employees bonuses, pay our rents. And if you see across the street, you're already two places are out of business. So please, we urge Grubhub to stop charging us these bogus fees and to help us. Yes.
So what happens? You get a guy call you and say,
Yeah.
I want a reservation.
Well, it's not a reservation because it's takeout. Are you open?
Right.
Or you could say I want a reservation. You're right, because that shouldn't be charged by Grubhub because they're not delivering
Perfect
food.
example. We had a regular customer who calls all the time about catering. I looked over transactions. I saw this fee about $9.08. I was wondering how she got our phone number. I called her back, and she said she just simply Googled out a restaurant because she forgot our number, and that's it.
It was a fake website.
Fake website.
The real issue is the double charge, because they call to confirm whether you have gluten-free pasta or not. And if you stay on the phone for more than 45 seconds, it charges you based on the last several orders. Then you go back onto the website, place your order, then you get an additional 33% charge. The the profits are 6 to 12% for our restaurants. Paying 33% yields a net loss. There's no reason for a double charge and an owner's charge to begin with. They're already making the lion's share of the profit.
Okay, any other questions on this subject?
Senator, is it just Grubhub, or what about the other apps like DoorDash?
Well, don't know.
No, same.
Same thing. Didn't know that.
Across the board.
Okay. All right. Now here's what we're.
The owners that are here, so you notice these charges around January or even before then?
So yeah,
He's the head of all the restaurants.
So one of the issues that we don't know exactly how long this is going on for. We know it's been going on for a long time. One of the major concerns is that when restaurants call Grubhub to try to get their money back from the bogus fees, they're only giving either 30 or 60 days money back. So not only are you spending all the time trying to figure out which ones are not legitimate, it could have been going on for 2 years, but they're saying we'll give it back to you for 30 days.